So You Think You Can Write, where we give serious critique without taking ourselves too seriously. My name is Bennett Lodge, and with me is...
Bennett Lodge.
And I'm Bennett Lodge.
I am also Bennett Lodge.
Bennett Lodge.
No, okay, you know what? We're not all Bennett Lodge. So will the real Bennett Lodge please stand up?
We've already determined
Hey!
Oh, but you're not even the real Bennett Lodge, so that's what's even ironic. That's called irony.
That's
anyway.
right. There probably is a real Bennett Lodge out there, and if
It
there-
is. It's wonderful. It's set back
when I
in the
Googled, there
woods.
wasn't, so.
Really?
He's
okay.
at large.
If there
I mean
is,
at large.
subscribe.
He's at
'cause
large.
How cool
yeah.
is that?
Bennett Lodge is at large.
All right, so anyways, what we do here is
Go
take
ahead.
We
Yeah.
read stories.
we read stories. We take a first page submission and we read it and we buzz it. So if we look at it from the perspective of an agent or editor, and
We're mean.
if at any point they would stop reading or we think they would stop reading, we buzz it and then we let you know why.
You were just way too eager for the, and we buzz it.
Yes.
I'm like, can we talk about buzzing?
That is not our goal, just so, well, it's not my goal.
Someone gets a buzz out of buzzing, I think.
Yeah.
Our goal is to help you make your piece ready to send in.
Right.
That's our goal.
And I will be the narrator today.
Well, give me your buzzer then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember, when great power comes
It's
great
great
responsibility.
response. Oh, now there goes Spider-Man again.
I want to see the
him?
dancing. I want to see the dancing
All right,
Spider-Man.
Connor, put in the dancing one.
All right, this is Unspeakable Sweaters. Kelly first noticed Samuel at a Natural Fibers festival where he was demonstrating a drop spindle to a small group of starry-eyed teens.
I'm already out.
Really? Unspeakable sweaters and a fiber festival. I was in.
Natural. I'm just like demonstrated a drop spin. I'm just like, oh, I'm already snoozing. But okay.
I liked it.
I was kind of imagining sweaters like people who need a lot of deodorant, but
Well, we
All
want
right.
we want
That's
to
okay.
write into
Maybe.
the first
All right.
line.
Go ahead.
it's unspeakable. Okay, okay.
Before the curse, see now you wish you were back in, right? Because there's a curse. Before the curse, Kelly hadn't even known that festivals like this existed. Everything she knew about natural fibers she had learned from the tags of her t-shirts. Clothing was not the sort of...
Okay, I like the curse part. The curse is good, but I feel like we're getting maybe a little bit too much information about
Natural fibers.
Yeah. Plus, that was also sort of a telling line. Everything she'd known. That's not her point of view. She's not thinking at that moment. Is she thinking? Before the curse, I hadn't even known that festivals like this existed. Everything I knew about fibers, I'd learned from the tags of the T-shirts. So,
It's just telling us.
yeah, it feels more like a narrator's telling this than the character.
And I wasn't laughing at the writing. I was laughing at
Me,
Janette
as she
getting ready
he
to...
often laughs at me. It's a thing.
Clothing was not the sort of thing you made by hand. Or if you did, you at least bought the materials on Amazon. After the curse, when she started attending meetings of fiber enthusiasts, she discovered that there were whole groups of people who found camaraderie in discussing yarns and dyes and Ashford tradies versus... Is that right? Tradies? I'm not sure what that word is.
This is
Did you
genre.
watch-
Is this like a real genre, like the natural fiber genre? Like
It's on Amazon.
I hope is it? I don't know.
Too much about natural fibers.
It's too much about natural fibers and I sew. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all.
I want more of the hot guy, the what Samuel.
Yeah, what kind of
So
story
what?
is this?
Let's keep moving.
All right,
All right.
Ashford, does anyone know what that word is? Is that tradies or tradies?
Looks like tradies.
Tradies. Say, Ashford tradies versus a Krominsky spinning wheels. This notion was just as foreign to her as spells cast by evil stepmothers, brothers being turned into pigeons, and finding out that she was meant to be a fairy tale hero.
Oh, that's
There you go.
that should have been the first line.
Oh, okay.
Yet here she was. As Samuel worked with his spindle and explained technique, Kelly thought maybe she could see some of the appeal of spinning your own yarn. And not that the curse had given her a choice. Then when he smiled, the right corner of his mouth revealed a delicious dimple. Yes, Kelly
Wow.
was definitely too...
The noises Janette is making next to me
There
are
we
making
go.
me uncomfortable.
There we go. We've got the hot.
Keep going.
We've got the hot
She's all,
fiber festival.
delicious
spinner.
dimple. All
I
right.
bet you've never written.
Randy,
romance
hurry
about
and read this.
hot-
Yes, Kelly was definitely beginning to warm to the world of natural fibers.
Well, don't read it like that.
Yeah.
Don't make him dirty. I apologize to our. This is a family-friendly show.
No, I think you should have read that. Yes, Janette was definitely
Yeah.
beginning to warm.
My
I'm
goodness.
To the
They're
story.
probably
All right,
over it.
continue.
Someone in the group spoke, and Samuel nodded, which made his short black curls catch the sunlight.
Also good.
She
Stop
couldn't
moving.
hear his reply, but she was certain it was clever. She was now very interested in drop spindles. She drew closer.
Aaron, you didn't buzz.
I didn't buzz it.
Okay.
And I was very uncomfortable at the end, but only because of the readership that I'm sitting between. No, I didn't buzz it. And let me tell you why. Like, first of all, I think Unspeakable Sweaters is a great title, and I think that this first page spoke to that title. Like, you knew what you were getting to unless you thought you were talking about actual sweating. And I didn't think that it drug too long on anything. I do think that there is an opportunity to tighten that up a little bit, but no, I didn't buzz it.
Yeah, this was interesting. I think for me,
If we'd have got out of
I
the
think
first two paragraphs, you two were in, like, to an uncomfortable level.
That's true.
They're like, delicious dimples.
can we start with the delicious
Start with dimples.
and then give us the fibers and we won't care?
Okay, so
How
that.
about start with after the curse?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
After the curse, boom,
Yeah.
you know.
I like that.
Because suddenly I'm
too.
interested. I don't care about
Yeah.
fibers, but I know there's a curse
There's a
involved.
curse.
I think it could be tightened up a little bit, but I was in.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I thought another problem that I had with this, and I kind of already said this, but it got worse, was that the narrator is clearly telling us about her instead of letting her do the telling. Put her down in that,
Perspective.
next to Samuel and let us see what she's seeing, think what she's thinking, instead of,
Maybe
this
not.
notion was just as foreign to her as spells cast by evil stepmothers. Like, so she's not thinking that at the moment. So find some way to put that in her voice and to make this more of a
Yeah,
setting.
who thinks the dimples are delicious? Is that the author or the character?
Well, we're hoping it's the character.
Right, but we don't know the way that it's written because it's the same voice as who was this foreign to her as.
Yeah. So.
Give us
Yeah,
a
I
little
think-
more of the character in there.
I mean, and maybe more of this is coming, but she's like, as Samuel worked with his spindle and explained technique, that's telling us. Put me in that scene. I think just like what Janette was saying,
Yeah.
like we want to see his curls and all of that, but we also want to have some dialogue or, like, is he funny? Is he, it would be nice to just see it.
Yeah, there's not any dialogue on this first page.
And
So
that
put
would
us-
really pull us in.
Put us in the scene, give us the dialogue, give us her seeing him and what she knows about the curse and
And see, I buzzed it early because the whole, Fibers Festival and everything. I'm immediately kind of like, oh, brother. But if you'd have started with the magic portion and then drew me into the Fibers Festival, I wouldn't have cared because then it becomes funny, which is what it's intended
Right.
to be.
yeah.
If you just grounded me first in the
curse and the
and
stakes.
everything, then I would follow you through the Fiber Festival and Kromsky spinning wheels without any problem.
And I'd like to point out that the voice, author voice on this, character voice is very strong.
Very good.
It flows very smoothly. Right, you're just getting a hiccup about natural fibers being mentioned so much early on without first having been hooked.
Right.
Right.
And so you've kind of moved things around a little bit, you don't have that problem anymore.
Right.
So exactly.
Right. This is one of those ones where I feel like, oh, we're just getting started. We're just getting to something that's good and it's over.
She's going to vote right.
So we should vote. Here we go.
Should vote.
I'm going to vote right because I want you to.
Nailed it.
Get to Kelly, I mean not Kelly, but get to Samuel sooner.
Yes.
She has tells. She's not allowed to play poker with
Not
us.
play poker with us.
And,
Sir.
and Aaron?
I'm going to say set. I do think that there's something here, and I think you could take what you have here and just fine tune it, but I'm in. Set.
I'm going to say set too. It's just for me a matter of reordering it. So put Samuel first, give us some dialogue with him. Because she starts with Kelly first noticed Samuel at the natural five. I don't think that's a real strong beginning. But I think, tell us about the curse, then show us Samuel. Just reorder this. So for me, it's a set.
I'm going to agree with Seth, even though I buzzed it very early on. I think there's a lot of strength in this. I love the character voice or the author voice. and I'm pretty grounded. If you give me the magic and the curse first, I'll follow you through the Natural Fiber Festival without any problem. So I'm going to give it a set.
And I'm going to also go with set. I think just rearranging a lot of the stuff is all it is going to take, and so not really any kind of serious writing. So that's what I'm going to go with. All right, so did we get it right? Make a comment here to let us know.
Comment if you think we're right. Comment if you think we're wrong. Comment if you like this.
Comment which one of us you think is the real Ben at large.
Comment in the morning, comment in the evening, comment at supper time.
Comment if you know about natural fibers.
Especially
Or
that
curses.
Or
one.
sweaters, yeah.
Spindles.
Or if you sweat.
I swear.
Hair extra dry.
Or hot guys with delicious dimples.
Yeah.
That would.
Okay. See you next time.
This week's author spotlight is by Jane Moe and is entitled Visions of Heaven, What My Near-Death Experience Taught Me About Eternity. After surviving a near-death experience, Jane's dreams turned to the divine. She began to experience visions of heaven and her family members who had already passed on. As her experiences changed her perception of the afterlife, she came to realize that death is not the end of existence, and that the bonds we create here in mortality with our families really can last through eternity. This incredible true story will take you on an enthralling journey as Jane sees God's plan for families and is taught how to recognize His church when she encounters it later in life. Take more steps into eternity with Jane and find additional insight into Heavenly Father's plan of salvation, what heaven and mortality are really about. That is Visions of Heaven by Jane Moe. It is available on Amazon.com and is the prize for this week. Make comments on any of our social media. So get out there and make some comments.
In addition to our quarterly prize of a William Shakespeare air freshener, we have additional yearly prizes.
That's right. We have a Get Out of the Slush Pile free from Shadow Mountain and also a first chapter critique.
And the same prize coming from Cedar Fort Publishing. So you'll get out of the slush pile with them and also the chapter critique.
Some great prizes we offer. Also, you can follow us at our podcast, Ready, Set, Write Podcast. You can find us on the internet. You can find us through Apple as well, through iTunes. And look for us on all of our social media. Also, look for our published books wherever good books are sold, because we do write occasionally, because that's what we do. And we'd like to thank Connor Blaylock for his technical support and helping us get this production put together.
I know the elephant just walked behind us. Feel it.
He's probably going to bleep all this out. But anyway, that's okay. Thank you, Connor. And, of course, thanks to you for listening. Please subscribe to our YouTube and to all the social media that we also subscribe to, and we're glad to interact with you anytime. Until next time.
Get ready.
Get set.
Right.
Next one.
What are you doing, Janette?
I'm waiting for people to subscribe. My take a while.
Well, hurry up.
Subscribe.
It's annoying me.
I want to go home. Subscribe.
Please.
No.